Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our latest episode of Prep Rally, a podcast focused on Catholic high schools here in the Diocese of Phoenix. My name is Abigail Standish, and I'm your Prep Rally host. I'm the coordinator of Catholic social teaching for the diocese, but my background is in high school ministry, so I'm super excited to be here with y'all today. Before we begin, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Catholic Education Arizona. Thank you for supporting this podcast, as well as the beautiful work you do for Catholic education in our state. On today's episode, we have Stanci Smith, Sarah Mohs, both from Seton Catholic Prep, as well as Rachel Hauer from St. Mary's. We're super excited to have y'all here with us today. Thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you.
So I want to start with kind of a round robin question. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves again, tell us what grade you're in or what you do at the school, and something fun like a hobby besides arts, because we're going to dive into that, so no spoilers. Oh, Sarah, why don't we start? I forgot I had to do that. Sarah,
fancy. That's fancy.
Sarah, why don't we start? It's Sarah and Stanci, and then you're both at Seton, and then my head was like, which one is which?
We actually did a show last year where she played me, so
see,
you weren't wrong.
Okay. See, this validates me a little bit. Thank you. So, Sarah, why don't we start with you?
Okay, yeah. So, my name is Sarah Mohs. I am a senior at Seton, and something besides arts. That is hard because I am very involved in the fine arts. I guess I would have to say probably retreat planning, because I do a lot of that with Seton, and it just gives me peace. Very nice.
What's your favorite retreat to go on at Seton?
Kairos.
Okay.
There was a slight hesitation because it's beautifully rooted is also amazing.
Oh.
Which is an old girls retreat for everyone at Seton. But Kairos definitely, because it's just a really nice retreat for upperclassmen. And then for those who don't go on, it's fun to kind of tease them with it's a Kairos secret.
I know exactly what you mean. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, Stanci. Why don't we go to you next if you'll introduce yourself?
Of course. My name is Stanci Smith. I am the drama director at Seton Catholic Prep. I'm also the fine arts chair, so I kind of oversee our department and teach choir, acting, some of the other drama classes as well. And I've actually been at Seton for quite a bit of time now. This is my 7th year there. I'm also an alumni of the program. So I have actually been there for, out of the last 15 years, I think I've spent about 10 of them at Seton. So, so I'm in the whateverth grade you want to put me in there.
So you graduated from
I graduated from Seton.
Well,
yeah.
Turned. Wow.
Yeah. I love our program. Very, very passionate about it. I really enjoy, outside of singing is my greatest joy in life, but I do really, really like cooking, and I've really become a reader in the last couple of years, thankfully, to audiobooks.
Okay. So if you had to pick one dish to cook for us right now, what would you cook?
Ooh.
You would have appliances, you know?
Yeah.
But what would you cook?
So we have a really great little butcher behind our house. They have just the best of everything. So I'd probably get some steak from there, some of their garlic butter, and then do some mashed potatoes on the side, and then some random vegetable. The vegetable doesn't matter. It's really about mashed potatoes.
You're speaking my language, and I'm thinking we need to build a kitchen here in the studio.
Perfect.
And then have you back. And
I would love that. It could be a Julia Child thing.
Perfect. I don't know what that means, but
okay. That's okay.
Child,
that's just an old cooking host.
Julia Child now.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to go Google so I can get some inspiration. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Rachel, why don't you introduce yourself next?
Hi, I'm Rachel Hauer. I am a senior at St. Mary's Catholic High School, and outside of the arts, I would say I like to do pro-life work. I am involved in our Youth for Life, and I also run a French club.
Incredible. Wow. So do you speak French fluently? How did you start learning? Kind of where are you?
Well, I'm in 4th year French, and I've gone to France twice now. So I'm definitely much stronger, I think, in my speaking, but I wouldn't say I'm completely fluent.
Okay.
But I have a wonderful teacher, and she's taught me all that I know, and I think I'm much stronger than when I was a little freshman. Yeah, I always wanted to speak French. So when I saw that St. Mary's offered that, I was like, I'm doing it. And I've just stuck all 4 years. So
incredible. That's awesome. Well, thank you. So Sarah, we're going to start with you again. So you're involved in Seton's upcoming play. Can you kind of tell us what the play is, what it's about a little bit?
Yeah, so our fall play is the Phantom Toll Booth, where I am the weather woman. No, weather woman, not weather woman, because as one of my lines say, it is more important to know whether or not there will be weather than what the weather will be.
That's a major tongue twister right there. That's impressive. Can you say it again, like super quick?
It is more important to know whether or not there will be weather than what the weather will be.
Incredible.
Love it. I love it.
It's taken a lot of practice.
Okay, no, keep going. What are you going to say?
So basically, the Phantom Toll Booth is Milo, or in our case, Mila's journey through kind of learning more about, like, especially as she stops by with the weather woman. She kind of like learns that she has to set expectations and goals for herself. And she goes on this long and hard journey through the doldrums and a bunch of other fun places that challenge her and take her to a new level until she finds rhyme and reason in the castle in the air and rescues them to restore kind of the balance of Dictionopolis and Digitopolis and all of that.
Okay, incredible. So what does preparation for your role as the, I'm going to get this right, weather? Is that good enough?
Weather woman.
Weather woman. What does your preparation for that role look like?
So, with all of like the tongue twisters and kind of like the weather woman speaks with a lot of like what seems like nonsensical, like nonsense. So I actually had to take some time to talk to Mrs. Smith about my role and kind of like working through my lines to kind of understand like the meaning behind them, and then working through some of my movements, my dynamics, and all of that, and trying to practice with the girl who plays Mila like as much as I can, so I can kind of like adjust like how I need to move across the stage and all of that.
That's incredible. I always love hearing about how actors and actresses like find their way into a role. You know, you hear a lot about really famous people who have so many variety of roles and like how they're able to truly dive into that. So it's so cool to be sitting here with you and like learning about how you're doing that. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, so Stanci, you next. So you work in drama and fine arts at Seton. How did you get into this field of work?
So I had such a love for the arts growing up. Every second of my childhood was spent in voice lessons, dance class, show choir, doing multiple productions at a time, both at school and community theater. Kind of went on a little bit of a roundabout journey, ended up in political science for a little bit, ended up in ministry for a little bit, and then really felt a pull on my heart to go back to Seton. And initially, I really wanted to teach government there. That was what I really wanted to do. And I thought, wow, it could be cool if someday I maybe could take over the drama program, but really was not my priority. Did not get hired to be a government teacher. And instead, they brought me back in and said that they wanted me to look at running the drama program. So I thought, oh, that's cool. That sounds super fun. I've always been making up performances in my head, and always when I hear music, I see, and you guys can probably relate to this, when I hear music, I immediately like start imagining the whole performance that goes with it. Like it's very elaborate in my head. So I kind of just fell backwards in it, and then over the next couple years started subbing more and then teaching more, and then before I knew it, I was teaching a hodgepodge of fine arts and social studies courses. So I do get to teach a little bit of Gov. I get to teach a whole lot of fine arts and drama, and really have just, I feel like my adult life truly began when I started at Seton. Like that has been such a huge blessing, is being there just over the last 6.5 years, and really finding that I love being in the classroom, which I fought my mom on forever. She always said I'd become a teacher. She was actually Sarah's teacher at one point.
Oh, wow.
And I fought her forever and said, I'll never teach. Obviously, it's going incredibly well. Yeah. Gosh, they do. They do. Your moms know best. They do. They know. It's been such a joy. I really think that has been one of the things that like God has put me on earth to do, is to put children on stage. It's just been so much fun. I can't believe that I get to sing and dance every day. There was a point in my life where that was really on the back burner. I thought, maybe I'll go back to singing at some point. But now I look back on that and I cannot imagine a life moving forward where I'm not singing and dancing every day.
Wow. That's amazing to hear. And you can tell how passionate you are about this and how much Seton has impacted you. Mm-hmm. So speaking of Seton, you just said you do all kinds of things there. You do government, you do the drama and the fine arts. What is your favorite part of working at Seton, or one of many favorite parts?
I guess my students are okay. I love our students. Seton has such an incredible community. Mm-hmm. I've been around there for a little while now, and I've seen people come and go, but the core community of it really is always present. It's always there. People that taught me when I was in high school are now some of my closest friends, some of my closest mentors, and it's just such an incredible, small, tight-knit community. The people you meet there, you'll really know forever. Mm-hmm. And it's just been such a huge blessing to me and to our family to have such a wonderful community surrounding us, not just one that I work with, but in our social lives as well. And it's really wonderful that it is a Catholic community. I think that it's such a nice balance for me of my faith in my day-to-day life, mm-hmm. But I still get to do non-faith related things, because sometimes it feels like you're going to go out when you become an adult, you're going to go out and it's going to be one or the other. You're going to get to go work in a church and do all the super Catholic things, or you're going to go into the secular world and do just your secular job. And so it's been a really nice blend of the two that has been really good for me.
Wow, that's incredible. Thank you for sharing about the community and how impactful that has been, because I think that's something we're all constantly searching for is a community. And
absolutely.
So to hear about how you found that in one of our Catholic schools is so inspiring. Mm-hmm. So thank you. Okay, so Rachel, you do a mixture of things at St. Mary's, right? Including plays and singing. So what is it that drives your love for the performing arts?
Well, the thing about the performing arts is we have many arts at St. Mary's. We have guitar, we have painting, still life. But what I love about theater is that it's live. It's a live art that cannot be happening unless that except in the present. And so that's something that when I was a freshman, I did our first play. I really learned that without one person or one prop or one thing, it's not going to happen. Yeah. Or even the people in the back with the specific lighting at that specific moment, that art will not happen again. It's live. You have to be there for it. Mm-hmm. The way that actor said it that one time, it's present. It's a present live art. And I fell in love with that as a little freshman. And so I continued to do it all through my 4 years. And now I'm the president of the club. And we've gone through a change in directors, and it's just really been something I've held on to. Also, I've fallen in love with the humanities, mm-hmm. and the story of humanity. And so I love that every single show, every single play shows some of our shared humanity and that shared human experience. Mm-hmm. And so, that's what made me fall in love with the live arts.
Wow, I love that. That is something that, so I love photography, and I love being able to really capture a moment. And so not as much portraits, but more, I guess, candid photography. And it's for the same reason of you see the present moment, and that present moment only exists right then. 1 second before, 1 second after, it's no longer the same moment. But the way that you can tell that story live, is something that for me, I love to capture in photography. So so cool that you brought that up. I love that. So another question for you is, what plays or other, art experiences are you looking forward to this year at St. Mary's?
Well, we're currently doing Life is a Dream as our play, and I'm very excited for that. We're really making good strides in that right now. Mm-hmm. Our director has not announced our spring production yet, so fingers crossed it's a musical. But we're currently working on, after our fall performance, our winter fine arts night.
Okay.
And so I'm hopefully going to get to direct one of our skits. So I'll get to have my hand in some directing, which is going to be exciting. Wow. I'm very excited for that. And we'll also have some monologues and that other actors are going to work on. And we have a duet that I might do with somebody. And so I'm very excited, and we're very much so working towards that.
Wow. You have a big senior year coming up. That's incredible. And how awesome it is that you get to do all of that your senior year and really set you up, for after you leave St. Mary's, what opportunities will have in that. Love that. So, okay, I want to do 2 more quick round robin questions because I'm interested in what you're all going to say about each. So we'll do one at a time. We're going to do quick answers for these. Okay. So the first one is, I think y'all are going to get tripped up. If you had to pick one play or musical to watch on repeat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I'm going to say it. A lot of people aren't going to like this. Hamilton. Okay. It is objectively one of the greatest works of theater of all time.
Okay.
I will die on this hill.
I like the strong opinion.
Hamilton.
You will sing about it in class.
And I will perform the whole thing for you right here if you ask me.
Okay. So maybe if we can get like a deleted scenes of this, that could go on it. Perfect. Is what I'm thinking. Okay. Sarah, what would yours be?
Yeah. Probably Prince of Egypt because like we've watched it in class before in theology and all of that. And just like listening to the music, like I'm very musical with everything. And Deliver Us just had like a strong impact on me. So like getting to listen to that all over again, the plagues, like all of that is just something I can never get enough of.
Oh, I love that. Okay, Rachel?
I also love Hamilton because I love American history.
Yeah,
I don't think that's I don't know. I love Hadestown, but I think the one, if I had to pick one forever, it'd have to be The Sound of Music. And I know it's a classic because like I watched it with my grandmother. It was like the first musical I actually ever like watched, and I think it'd be The Sound of Music. But Hamilton and Hadestown are very close seconds.
I think I'd have to pick The Sound of Music too because I used to watch that with my Mimi growing up, so it's like such a special place in my heart. I do also, don't hate me, I might pick High School Musical. I don't know if that officially counts as a musical, but so formative.
It's very formative in my childhood. Yeah,
exactly. So it might be High School Musical 1, 2, and 3 because I couldn't pick. Maybe 2 though if I had to pick. Okay, last super quick question is that what would you be the patron saint of if you could choose? And maybe like a super short, like why you would be the patron saint of it. Maybe not arts, or maybe arts if it's like, this is the only thing I could be the patron saint of. So, okay. Rachel, why don't we start with you?
Okay. That's such a hard question. But I think I would hope that it'd be something like life related, like pro-life work. I really would like to go into that, I think, from the legal aspect with my life. So it would be something like, I'd really hope it's something in the pro-life world, like the patron saint of the unborn and their mothers. I think that would be.
Wow.
I would really love that.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Sarah?
Yeah. That is a very hard one.
It is.
But like besides like the arts, because of like how involved I am as Seton with that, I would hope like retreat plannings and just getting to like if people want to like when they need help planning a retreat or when they're on a retreat, they just like think of me and like try to use that to grow closer to God.
Yeah. Oh, incredible. Thank you. And Stanci?
I think I would be the patroness. This is going to sound really weird, but hear me out.
Okay.
Loud women.
Okay. I understand what you mean. Like, I get it.
I'm very tall and I'm very loud and I've been shushed a lot in my life and I don't care for it. But I think that for women to use their voices in powerful ways and in powerful movements, I think I'd want to be the patroness of loud women.
Okay, I love that. That's incredible. I think you should be loud and proud. Like, that's awesome.
I am.
She breaks out. And it's incredible to have that energy here in the studio. So last time I answered this question, I said cows in Texas, which is true.
I love that.
Thank you. I appreciate the support. So that is true, like for the rest of my life. So I wanted to give a different answer because I'm like, that could be my answer all the time.
Yes.
Hear me out. I think I would choose honey roasted peanuts because I have currently like found that they're amazing. And so I'm like, that's my new go-to snack. So I'm like, I don't think there's a patron saint of honey roasted peanuts. I might Google it after this and see.
Well, sometimes there's doubles too.
There are some doubles. So like I could share it with somebody.
Yes.
If any of you want to be the patron saint of honey roasted peanuts, like we could share that. So I don't know. I'm like, that would be kind of fun and silly. And like, maybe I could go on a packaging one day, you know, like my face on it. So I'm like, that would be a great way to live in infamy. Don't know if like the church would do that, but if so, you should advocate for it.
Oh,
absolutely. So, well, thank you all so much for joining us today, for being here, for taking time to talk with us and to tell us more about your experience in high school and teaching and with the drama and arts. It's been so beautiful to hear about what our schools have going on, but really also your passion and how much you love it. You can just tell in the way that y'all are talking that this is something that drives your soul. And it's so incredible to see that and to be inspired by it. So it's been such an amazing joy to meet each one of you. And of course, again, I want to give a huge shout out to Catholic Education Arizona. This podcast would not be possible without you. So thank you so much for sponsoring us and for allowing us all to join together in community. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode of Prep Rally. If you did, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment what you might want to see in future episodes. Make sure to check back with us next month for our latest episode of Prep Rally. Bye, y'all.